Hello everyone and welcome back to Star Wars The Force Unleashed on Steam. I am One More Sheep yet again, and today, ladies and gentlemen, we are continuing on with the rest of the final DLC. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the grand final part of the LP. This is it, the finale. We are done with the LP after this game. So yay, I can move on to other story things, I can move on to other games, and I can't wait, because I'm getting sick of Star Wars. I am gonna be perfectly honest. Not that saying this is a bad game, but let's face it, it's worn out its welcome a bit. I'm sick of this LP, I want to work on something new, you know? Granted, it's not the longest LP I've ever done. The longest LP I've done to date right now is Kingdom Hearts 1. I'm not going to look forward to doing Kingdom Hearts 2 as an LP, because that's going to be a bit awkward. But anyway, Proxy by here. What you're going to want to do is grab Proxy and send him up to this giant eyeball thing. This will trick the eyeball thing into allowing you to move down the giant crusher thingy. Unfortunately, this does permanently kill Proxy, so he's dead. Yeah, good job, Proxy. You will be for this! Proxy, why? But yeah, Proxy's down and out, so that means we need to go through this... Yeah, oops. We need to go through this section of crushers and fire flamethrowers. That's redundant. Fire flamethrowers. Can be quite awkward to get through, but I've never had too much of an issue, really, because every time I go through there, just take your time and you'll be fine. Just go through whenever fire's not going and go through whenever you're not getting crushed. And Bob's your uncle, you'll make it through just fine. And which actually leads us on to the final boss fights of the level, folks. That's it, folks. We're on the final bosses, I believe, after this ridiculously long load time.
What a mess you made of the place. Your head's worth a lot of credits. So, I'll be bringing it back to Jabba now.
Alright, Boba Fett, bring it on. Now, Boba Fett, as you can assume, has a jetpack. Which means, just like the jetpack mooks that we fight beforehand, you know, the guys, the stormtroopers with jetpacks, we can actually electrocute him and send his jetpack to go out of control. Now, it doesn't work all the time, but it works, you know, it's still very easy to do. However, he does have a lot of ranged attacks, and whenever you're at a close range, he will shoot a flamethrower at you. Now, what the flamethrower does is it basically acts like a flamethrower, you know, it does a giant range of damage. And one thing I found really strange about flamethrowers is that as graphics in games turned out better, it's harder to dodge stuff like flamethrowers because you can never quite tell when, you know, where the hitbox is, which kind of annoys me. But just electrocute him until he dies, that's all I can really give you. He's honestly a really easy boss fight. Surprisingly pathetic considering how much of a badass Boba Fett's meant to be. But yeah, I believe when he gets his health down to a certain amount, you get a quick time event just like with the other bosses as well. So they do treat him like a real full-blown boss. The problem is he takes so much damage with his normal health, and he likes to spaz out a lot whenever you use lightning attacks on him. As you can see by here, he's just basically like, oh, dude, whoa, what's going on, man? What the fuck? But like I said, easy boss, he's out of here. Just use this quick time event. In fact, I would argue he is the second easiest boss in the entire game. Next to... Actually, he is the easiest boss in the entire game. That's the... It's always his head that comes off. His helmet's always the thing that comes off when this guy dies. Is there a running theme in the Star Wars universe?
I'm afraid I cannot allow you to do that.
I have waited many years to destroy the real Obi-Wan Kenobi.
So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. We're taking on old Ben Kenobi himself. So, to take him on, it's the same as every other fight in the game we fought up to this point. However, Obi-Wan Kenobi is the final boss. If you were playing this game the normal way, well, we'd be fighting Luke Skywalker as the final boss, but unfortunately we're not. However, he does change things up a little bit. Whenever you get to lightning lock with him, instead of pushing the Y button at the correct time, you need to shake the left analog stick, and I don't know why they changed that specifically to fight Obi-Wan, but he also has that very obnoxious move where you can reverse your controls and swap out your button combinations, so just be a bit careful of Obi-Wan, just keep wailing on him and keep hitting him. I believe if you're able to knock him into the fire that gets caused by those explosive barrels, you can hurt him by using the fire. And from time to time he will send out the training droids that you see Luke using during the movies at you, and for the most part, to take care of those training droids that are going to shoot you with mini pellets, the best thing you can really do is use your Force Repulse, your Chaos Blast maneuver, because that will just destroy, not all of them, but it'll destroy quite a large portion. In fact, I think the droids only really serve to be a bit of a minor nuisance, because I've never really had any issues with them. But honestly, like I said, just go be on the aggressive, be on the assaultive, and Obi-Wan, Ben, he's a bit of a pushover. Don't ask what voice out. He's a bit of a pushover. Oh no! Don't wanna let go of my popsicle. Sorry, but like I said, just continue wailing on him. Eventually, you'll break through his cover, and when you do, it's usually wise to use lightning attacks, like your lightning sword or something, because he's exceptionally easy to knock out with a sword. However, this isn't it to the boss fight, folks. There is a second phase, and you'll be surprised. How is there a second phase? You just stabbed him a lot. Well, you stabbed him a lot. That's a redundant sentence. And not only that, we just disintegrated his body. So how's there a second phase? We have to fight the ghost of Obi-Wan. What? Okay, this is taking the if you strike me down, I'll be more powerful than ever thing a bit too far, game, you know? Although I did die to this boss fight, so you did see a bit of editing occur there. Well, unless you probably didn't see editing, but I did editing, I assure you. This boss fight is a lot more tricky to fight than the previous Obi-Wan, and I'd actually argue, even though I'm annihilating him right now, this boss fight, oh for Christ's sake, it's reversed my control again. This boss fight is pretty much exactly the same. Not exactly the same. This boss fight's harder than Luke, I'll be honest, but I still don't think it's as climactic, you know. I think the final boss should have stuck with Luke Skywalker personally, but they never did DLC to follow up on the end of Luke's story when Luke falls to the dark side, which I think is a bit of a missed opportunity. Like, the sequel game, Force Unleashed 2, I think they could have made it a what-if game, you know, where you continue playing as Starkiller and you start training Luke and stuff. But I think that would have been a good idea. It's a bit of a wasted opportunity, I must be perfectly honest. But I digress anyway. We have just beat Star Wars The Force Unleashed, ladies and gentlemen. It is done. How is electricity hurting you? You're just How have you got a laser? What?
Run, Luke, run!
That boss fight makes no sense. He's a ghost. You can't hurt ghosts. Mario 64 said it best when ghosts don't die. But I digress. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. That is the end of the LP. So thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this LP. Don't be sheepish, people, and when we return next time, we'll be returning with Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Knuckles on the Mega Drive. It took me a while. Like, what console was that on again? I can't remember. So yeah, I'll catch you all next time, folks. So thanks for watching. I'll see you after. Bye!